All right, so let me introduce you to GDevelop. This game engine is free. You can download it right now. The link is down below. So I'm going to show you the basics so you can get started with this game engine. So let me start a new project here. I'm gonna go File, New here, and we're going to start from zero. You can start in this like a portrait mode or desktop mode. It doesn't really matter. This is just the size of the screen. You can call your project whatever you want. Let's call this one I don't know, HHH something, and you can save it whatever you want. For this example, I'm going to use optimize for pixel art. You don't have to do that. You can always optimize the frame, the sprites later if you wanted to. Okay, here's your stage. This is where you place all your objects. So let me place an object here, sprite, and we're going to draw something simple like a happy face or something. Zoom out. There's my super happy face, kind of like the old paint. You can also animate this if you wanted to. Let me just clone this, and if you select that and if you hold shift, you can like animate it. You can also do other stuff. So let me just loop this animation. Okay, make it a bit slower. There is an animation. You can't see that running unless that you preview that. There is. Now let me insert another object. You can insert objects from here. Every object you create shows up on the side here. So let's add a tiled sprite. Okay, same idea, except for it's going to tile a sprite. I'm going to make this some sort of grass or something, and you can already see here the tiling. Save that and place that on your screen there. I mean your play area, and you can make this as big as you want. I'm pressing the middle button there to pan. Okay, you can make the level as big as you want. Now if you run this again, you will notice that nothing happens. Okay, so let's make this object a platform object. Go to behaviors, and from here you can select a huge range of different behaviors and stuff. Right now we're only interested in making this a platform character, and just leave the settings as they are. Okay, so if you run this, you'll notice that your character falls. Okay, because it now has gravity. Okay, so let's make the ground. I'm going to double click on it again and go to behaviors and make this a platform. Okay, just simply click on it and that's it. So now you have a like a platform thing where you can move. Now the controllers already work by default, by the way. You can change them if you want to. You don't have to. I kind of like the controllers they give you. I wish they would give you like WASD. That would be sweet, but they don't, so you have to do that manually, which is not really a big deal. To change the background color, you go to properties here and you can change that to maybe some sort of baby blue kind of thing. Yeah, let's scroll. Right now it doesn't scroll. Again, double click on this and add a new behavior. Go add behavior here and find I don't know, scrolling or something. A smooth camera will work. Which one should I pick? Try this one here. This one follows the player. Just leave it like it is. Maybe turn off the Y because you don't want the character, I mean the camera, to follow him on the Y axis. Just the X, just you know. on the horizontal axis. Okay, so you can leave the play area on this side. You could do some editing on the event editor there, but you don't have to do that. You can simply just drag another piece like this. Now you could also use a grid for this, so it's more accurate. Okay, again, you don't have to do that. This is just pure cosmetics. Okay, so now since that's already an obstacle, so it's not gonna go through it, you can just do this so the player doesn't see what lies beyond the known world, what lies beyond the matrix or something. There, it looks like it keeps going forever, but it doesn't. But that's just the illusion. So now we need like some sort of enemies or something, because this would be like the most boring game ever. Okay, you could insert another sprite. Let's make something evil looking, like, I don't know, use your imagination. Like, I don't know, something spiky so you can't touch it, and evil, and like big thick eyebrows and stuff. Make it red, because I don't know, red things are bad, I guess. Except for Super Meat Boy. I haven't played that game forever. You can animate these too if you wanted to. You don't have to. I guess I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to hold shift while selected and click upside, and now it looks like it's moving. Here you can increase the speed, decrease it, loop it, and preview this. That looks pretty good. I mean, you could do a whole animation, pixel art animation here if you wanted to. Pretty easy to do. So let me enable the grid back again. Show grid, and there we're gonna place our evil people all over the place here. Now we have one little problem now, that if you touch these evil people, they don't do anything. They just kind of go like, hey, what's up, right? And you don't want that. You want them to do something. So what we can do is that if you touch one of these, you restart the level. Okay. So for that, we're gonna have to go to the we're gonna go to the scene events and add a new event. This is going to be a collision. Simplifying collision. Collision between that and the red object. So we can select other actions, and you can go to I don't know, like change scene. Since you only have one scene, you can only select the untitled scene. So pretty straightforward. Okay. So now when I touch one of these, it will restart the game, or the frame, or the level or something. If you came from Click Infusion, you call them frames, but if you are used to GDevelop, you're gonna call them scenes or whatever. All right. I like that. That's pretty good. You can have another object here at the end where you can use to pass the level, kind of thing. And that's what I'm going to do now. Let's insert another object. It's going to be I don't know, maybe a door or something. Okay, because doors make you go to other levels. There is the door. It's gonna be made of wood, so make it brown, like a brown door. If you have cut two things, they sound better. So alright, so that's that. There is our cheesy door. We're gonna place that right at the end of the level, because, you know, that's what happens. So if you touch that, we want to go to the next level, which we haven't even made yet. So click here and Here's your scene. I'm gonna rename this to level 1. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this, and now it's level 2. So I know I'm in level 2. I'm going to change the background to like a different color. Let's make it afternoon. So let's return to level 1 and go to level 1 events. And if you touch the door there, I could simply just copy and paste the same action and replace the object here by the door, and change the level to level 2. So when you preview these, watch what happens. Now, if you never used this software before, this should give you a pretty good idea of how easy it is to freaking make a game in this thing. Yeah, if you are a clicked-in Fusion user, you will notice a lot of similarities. Okay. Also, it's pretty similar to Construct 3, and there is some other obscure game maker out there called oh my god, what is it called? Game Salad or something, which is not bad, but you gotta pay for that. This is 100% free. Okay, except for if you want to buy some Sprite and stuff. That's pretty much it. Let me just add some sounds here, like if you jump, you can, I don't know, play a sound. So you go to Sprite here, and since this is a platform object, if you're jumping, character is jumping, okay, you could play a sound. Go to other actions, and you can I don't know, go to play sound, right? I don't have any sounds loaded, so let me go load a sound. I got a bunch of projects here, so I think it was project 3 has sounds. Jump sound. Okay. This is going to ask you if you want to load it into your actual project, so say yes. And now we should have sound. Okay. It's gonna play a bunch of times because it's gonna play every time you jump in. So you want to run that only once. So add another condition, like trigger once while true. Okay, so that will make your jump sound only once, just like that. Extremely simple. You could have a dying sound as well. So let me copy. Actually, just add it to the to this scene here. I mean, to this action. So simply select sounds again. Load the sound. This time we're going to load something dying or something like a die sound. Okay, try it. Okay, sometimes it doesn't play, and that is because the level ends and it doesn't have enough time to play it. So what we can do instead of we could do two things. We could wait for the sound to play and then restart the level, or we can simply instead of like reloading the level again, we can delete that there, and we can just change the position of the object. Instead of messing around with like positions and stuff, I simply create a span object. So I just create another sprite and literally just fill this with whatever color you want. For me, it's gonna be this weird kind of blue, tail something blue, and the obligatory X. There you go, X. So that's that. I'm gonna place that over here, or maybe here. Okay. So when you collide with the bad people, you could reposition your object. Okay, find position. You can change the X position of the object, or you can literally just place the object around another object. So let me try that one. Distance 0. I guess I think the default is 0 if you don't punch it in. Angles, degrees, I don't think you need to worry about that. Okay, try this again. We're right behind our object here, so maybe we should hide that object. So let me delete that. There's nothing there, so I want to show you how to do that. So you simply add a new event, go to other conditions, and go to events related to the scene. So at the start of the scene, we want to hide this object. It's right there, just hide it. You can also change the opacity to 0, which will do the same thing. It's good to create fading effects. Okay, so it's going to hide that sprite. Okay, so now you can't see it. I mean, you can do all kinds of things like this. For example, like when you die, you could have an animation. So let me show you how to do that quickly before we end this video. I don't want to drag this too long. To add another animation, you simply add another animation. Okay, I'm gonna copy this this sprite here, copy it, Control C, and we're gonna go to edit this one here, and we're gonna go Control V to paste it. Okay, and there is our so we could just shrink this, make it smaller, and duplicate the frame. Actually, just not duplicate the frame, just like add a new frame, make it smaller, kind of like the old Pac-Man, really. New frame, just think like a regular animation, and one little dot at the end. That seems to work fine, so let me save that. You could call this animation die animation. Okay. We don't want this to loop, and this obviously plays too fast. Maybe slow it down a little more. There you go. So instead of restarting the position, where is it? Where are we? Okay, all right. Okay, so let me just delete this one here, place the object around another object, and instead we're going to play an animation. So simply go to animations here, play animation by number. That will be animation number 2, or you can play animation die. Okay. Let me just run that so you can see what's happening. Okay. All right. Let me bring this character to the front. Yeah, that's gonna play a bunch of times. So if you remember what we did here, we used the trigger only once, so we are going to do that as well. Trigger only once. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, that seems to work fine. So when that animation is over, we want to restart the game. Yeah, and let's do that. Okay, animation. Animation has finished. Okay, and a second condition will be that the animation needs to be animation die. Okay, so these two need to be these two need to these two here need to be together. Okay, so when that happens, we want to restart the scene. Change scene. It's gonna be scene 1. Okay. See what happens. And that works. Not too bad. Okay. But we said we didn't want to restart the level. What we wanted to do was to change the position of the object to another object, and we are going to do that. Position, where did I find that? Here it is. Position. We're gonna place the object around this object. Distance 0, and I believe I just set that to 0 as well. Okay, see if that works. You can also add music. Oh, okay. All right. So when that finish, when we collide with the block again, this block here, collision with the block. Oops. So when we go collision here with the span object, we can change the animation back to change animation by name, the new sprite, and yeah, we can trigger this only once when it loops. Okay. You notice that the character continues to walk. Okay, we can also fix that too by simply, when we collide with the bad guy, we can disable the controller. Okay, go to sprite here, and we go to controllers here, ignore control. It's here somewhere. Okay, ignore default controllers. Yes. And when we collide with the with this object here, we can restore the controller. Okay. What is ignore control again? Ignore control, no. Okay. So that will restore the controllers, and the other one will like. So now I can't move. So there you go, guys. That's how you can create a game extremely simple using GDevelop. One more thing I should probably do is show you. Double click on this here, and you can go to the mask collision, and you can use your own collision mask, so the character is not so touchy. Okay. For example, make the what is called the hitbox a lot smaller. Okay. Maybe around here somewhere. You can do the same thing for the bad guys here, so they are not so touchy. Like you can add more points if you wanted to. It does tax the system a bit higher, I believe, if you use too many, but I don't think it really matters. So now the collision mask, it's more like the actual shape of the object. You can see that I'm getting pretty close to the edges there, but I'm not quite dying yet. Oh, I died that time. I noticed that he played the animation twice there, so this collision, what is that collision there? Maybe do that only once when it loops. Okay, you want to keep an eye for things like that. Alright, so that pretty much covers the basics of the basics of how to use GDevelop. Okay, like I said, this is not a tutorial about creating a platformer, and it's just sort of like to give you an idea how to use GDevelop. To export this as whatever you want, you can simply just go to export, which is where is my export button here? Here it is. You can export this to Android, iOS, to almost anything you want, really. It's like they even had Apple now. I think they had Apple before. And that's it. That covers this introduction to GDevelop. Okay, for a more advanced tutorials, you can and templates, you can check out my channel, and for other stuff, you also find all kinds of silly stuff in my channel. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll probably post a second part of this. Thanks for watching guys, see you in the next video. Bye now.